Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I thought I would do a tour of the garden. Now we're in Derbyshire in the East Midlands of England. It's a lovely sunny day. It's about 22 degrees, bright blue skies, and I thought I'd show you around. So that's Buddy and Willow waiting patiently. These are the hostas. This is as you come out of the house. We've got black bamboo, and we've got tree fern, and we've got wild ginger. I'll put the Latin names of the plants on screen if I can. It's got really strange flowers, you can see. They're coming to the end now. They look best about 6 weeks ago. It's still got quite a few. There's Ollie the owl. And as we come through, there's a mixture of edibles and plants. We've got strawberries, leeks, spinach, another hosta, and a hot dog. Marigolds. Lots of ferns. Beautiful clematis. You can see. One of my favourites. Here we've got a herb bed. Oregano. Chives. Tarragon. Grows wild. Thyme. It's a really old bed this. I keep saying I'm going to change it, but it does so well that I've left it. Walking through. Look up the garden path. This is elderberry. Just started to get some flowers on it, which we'll be harvesting the berries for making a syrup in the autumn. Rhubarb grows huge. It's in semi-shade, gets the sun about now and then it goes into shade. Some lovely, lots of lovely stalks. Rhubarb crumble. Lots of granny's bonnets grow in this garden. It's a mix of shade and sunshine throughout the day. That's the shady bed there. We've got catmint, Cosmia, more ferns, hydrangea at the back there, just starting to come into flower. Daisies. I go back. And we've got pineapple mint. Grows everywhere. Tree leek. Cordyline. The frost got to my cordylines. Just starting to go back now. And this is the relaxing area. This is bright as a button bush rose. It grows enormous. Gorgeous flowers. Really pretty. Smell really nice too. More fern. We're on the other side now. More ferns. Lots of blackberries. And this is my little dry bed. We've got feverfew, chamomile, more feverfew, some alpines, yucca growing in a pot, some oregano growing out the bottom. It's the greenhouse, I'll show you that in a moment. It's my fennel. Grows absolutely huge. This is a fish pond. It looks quite small at the moment because it's overgrown with plants, but the fish love it. They've got water forget-me-nots, watercress, which we have in the salads. Tastes really nice and spicy. This is an edible as well, and I forgot what it's called. I'll have a look and put the name on the screen. I think it's used a lot in Chinese cooking. It tastes quite orangey. Water mint. Mint growing out of the backy shower. The fish pond goes all the way back there. It's covered by the plants. Now I've got a canna lily and a sausage dog. Canna lily doing really well. Some fennels seeded in the bottom from last year, so I'm going to take that out and pot it up, put it somewhere else in the garden. Of the fennel. The ladybirds loved the fennel last year. It was absolutely covered. So, rose, salvia. Love the salvias. They're one of my favourites. Smell gorgeous. Some more granny's bonnets. This is amber rose. This was bought for my daughter. My daughter's name's Amber. She was bought this rose by grandparents. Again, smells lovely. I've got verbena at the back there, not yet flowering. Daisies, crocosmia. So we've got, there's a dahlia somewhere in here, just starting. Dahlia. I don't know if you can see that. Sunflower on the way. And this is my gorgeous rambling rose. I planted it 2 years ago now. It's a Adelaide de Orleans and it smells absolutely beautiful. I can't believe how much it's grown in 2 years. Growing up the pear tree, under the pear tree, towards the wall. I'm so proud of it. Here we have our enormous apple tree. It's a Granny Smith's and it drops apples everywhere in the autumn. It was here when we moved in. When we moved in, the garden was just full of brambles. You couldn't see anything. The floors were covered in mud. It hadn't been touched for years and years and years. And we discovered paths. And there was lots of trees here. But unfortunately, they were all falling down or rotten. So we had to cut a lot out. But yeah, we managed to save the apple tree, and it's huge. The birds, the bees, the wildlife love it. It's a little perch for them during the hot days and protection. And I've also got a pear tree, a plum tree. That was supposed to be a dwarf plum tree. It was in a little pot on a patio when we moved in. I've been here 8 years now, and it's grew into a monster. We're going through the gate. We've got these little flowers here. This is horseradish. The insects love this, and it smells really nice as well, and it's spreading by itself. I just started with one little plant. We've got a few now. Look at these big leaves. There's some tomatoes. To the rose. The rose, it starts off with these little pink buds, if you can see. So bright and sunny. Little pink buds. And it has these amazing clusters of flowers on it. It's beautiful. Bees love it. Just turning back towards the house. Just wanted to show you. Got to show you the foxglove. Gorgeous foxglove just popped up through the ferns. It's amazing. Gorgeous white colour. So we're coming on through here. Got Hypericum, Tutson. Lovely. And that's the gate to the chicken area. This is a little wild area underneath the pear tree. I've got wild buttercups, ferns. There's a Japanese anemone in there somewhere. Be flowering August time, September time. I also let giant willow bay herb grow throughout the garden because the insects absolutely love it. It's all the way through this bed as well. It's all the way down there. It's great for the butterflies and caterpillars. Yeah. It looks really pretty. There's little tiny pink flowers on it in the summer, middle of summer. It's a fatsia. And I've got pots all across the wall, all going all the way down. We've got strawberries, wildflowers growing in those. It's my Acer. And we go through the path. Salvia hot lips. I love the smell of this, one of my favourites. Absolutely beautiful. Indian bean tree. There's a magnolia in there. Everything goes so big in here. It grows enormous. The salvia is going through 2 beds. probably hard to see because it's in some shade and sun, but I hope you can see it. I'm going to go down the path. This is a new bed. I used to have a chicken coop here. We made it into a vegetable bed. There's a big rose there, just starting to flower. And we have blueberries, small feverfew, bunch of daisies. That there in the terracotta pot, that's a pomegranate tree. My partner grew that from seed, from some fruit we had from the supermarket. We've got a few of those, they're doing quite well. We've got lettuces, celery I need to thin out, courgettes just growing, some cosmos mixed in there, and some marigolds, keep the slugs at bay. We've got beans, but they've not grown yet. Oh, we've got one little tiny one somewhere down there, just starting to grow. Foxglove, blackberries. I've got a thornless blackberry at the back there. Once that's grown, I'm going to chop the thorny blackberry down. It gives us such a good supply of blackberries for as smoothies. Keep them. That's a perennial kale, Taunton Dean. Just planted that this year. That was a little baby. Bought it off eBay last year. We've got rosemary, cotton lavender. Has little tiny pom-pommy flowers on it. I've got leeks. And we've got some perennial leeks, Babington leeks down there, near the magnolias. We've got walking Egyptian onions that have just set this year. I've got some bulbs on them, if you can see them. Yeah. So hopefully they'll walk across the garden as they're supposed to do. More leeks, celery, leeks, celery going to seed, which I'll harvest the seeds from. There's another pomegranate in that little pot there. And if we turn round, olive tree. He's shaping a little bit. I shaped it a bit this year, but I'm going to give it a big chop next year. And now we're at the other side of the pond, looking back to the house. These are some salad leaves that are just about at the end. It's broom. There, this is the area that I leave to go pretty wild. There's the chickens over there. But I've planted some perennial spinach. There's some there as well. Set the seeds this year. I'll probably do a video on that actually. It's going quite well actually. Doing okay. Planted it about 10 days ago. Hopefully it's going to grow up the fence. There's chicken wire fence here. Sort of chickens coming through. And there's some Ablitzia tamnoides. I think that's how you say it. And we've got elephant ear down there. Got Dorberton kale. And these are just old plants or plants going to seed. Some garlic, some rocket, it's going to seed, parsley, wild rocket. This is a rose cutting. These are perennial leeks again, Babington leeks. See now they're doing the complete shade. Little fern, self-seeded in the pot. Can go around the other side next year. Under the shady bench, yucca, strawberries, more feverfew. I'll do some videos on different plants in more detail, hopefully. Another yucca, sorry, cordyline. And some greenhouse. It's 38.4 degrees in here today, with the doors open. We've got cucumbers growing, marigolds, planted the marigolds to try and keep the slugs off the cucumbers. It's done a really good job. It's not any slug damage at all on the cucumbers. Really pleased with that. Another little pomegranate. I need to put it in a bigger pot. Tomatoes, tumbling tomatoes, mixed pot, carrots, spring onions, and I forget what this called. This edible. Came in a mixed salad seed pack. It's quite nice actually. It's from last year. It's just seeded everywhere. Some more in there. I gave lots of tree house leeks, more tumbling toms, more tomatoes in pots, peppers, chilies. These are Hungarian hot wax. Some more of this perennial spinach. Ablitzia tamnoides. It's seeded quite well. I've got lots of them. 5 places to put them around the garden. Some of kale. Got to find space for. This is perennial broccoli. I forgot what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. And the seedlings. Basil, more rocket. Some of the leeks. Lemon tree. Little lemon in it. Some more agave babies. I cut off the mum plant. potted them up. They're doing really well. There's Willow come to see us. Sausage. Good girl. Hey, good girl. Hey, good girl. Got a spot as well. You're sitting in the shade, buddy. Hey, good girl. Yes, you are. Come to say hello. Hey, come to say hello. Good girl. And this is the more or less completely shady area till about 5 o'clock. Then we get 1 or 2 hours, depending on the time of the year. And this is full of raspberries. Just stand back a bit. Raspberries. There's a goji berry bush. It grows enormous. Plum tree. And at the moment we're under the apple tree. And there's raspberries all the way down there. There's some red currants and black currants in there as well. Some spinach growing in the shade. There's the black currants. Oh, sorry, red currants just turning. Lots of currants on it. Lots of raspberries as well. And I'm supposed to thin them out. They grow so fast that I let these grow and I think there's summer and autumn fruiting raspberries in here. They do really well, so I just leave them to it, thin them out when the summer ones have finished, tidy them up. Go down to the chickens. Strawberries. More strawberries. More spinach. Some seeds in there, spinach seeds. Hawthorn. Fuchsia. I cut that right back this year and it's still grown enormous. And that's the goji berry. Mixed in with the fuchsia and the raspberries. Goji berry comes from down there. Shady area. And we come to the chicken area. I like to leave some stinging nettles around. The ladybirds and the insects. Tea, make some tea out of them. And we've got some hawthorn I planted 3 years ago. See how that grows. See whether it's, I don't know, to keep it as a bush, grow it into a bush or grow it into a tree. I'm gonna see how it goes. It's for the wildlife, obviously. And we've got a really shady fern area. Lots of trees. There's a lilac tree in there. It's just finished flowering. You can't actually see it. This is where all the sparrows and all the birdies live. All the other birdies, blackbirds, blue tips. I love it round here. And there's a big bunch of ivy up here which they love to sit in. I get pigeons and all sorts nesting in there. Used to come in. Compost bin. Food bins for chickens. Some more perennial spinach. Again, planted a couple of weeks ago. See how it goes there. Just experimenting on the best area to grow it. Well, they're on the other side of the vegetable patch now. There's Buddy. What are you doing? Chicken coops. Good boy, Bruno. Hey, good boy. It's fluffing the babies. And it's Peggy and their babies. Blackberries. Oh, there's a rose grows in the apple tree. You can see it. It's a pretty wild garden. Wild. Forest, cottage, English garden, I guess. Bit of everything. Have a quick look in the chicken shed. What are you doing? Good girl. Oh, it's nice and cool in here, isn't it? Nice and cool. Kind of sausage. Willow. Got a bay tree growing here. Cast some nice shade onto the chicken shed. Willow. Rosemary. More rosemary. That's our Christmas tree that we take indoors every year. And oh, up on the chicken roof is a bed of poppies. Foxgloves, I don't know if you can see. Feverfew, Nigella. Some wildflowers. It's a cherry tree. Planted 2 years ago. Some wild hanging baskets. Strawberries. How many strawberries? I can see them because of the sun. Have to come out and pick those. Fatsia. Don't know if it's very good light, I can't see. Oh, there's a climbing rose up there as well. There's a rose there. And we're back round to the beginning. That's the path leading back to the house. The Virginia creeper grows all the way over the top of the chicken coops, over the shed, up the trees behind. It looks lovely in the autumn. And there's the ivy that the wild birds love. Bramble. But the wild birds also love. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Any questions? Just pop them in the comments. And that's the first guided tour. It's June. So I'll do another tour when there's other flowers out and the vegetables are grown. Hopefully. And thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thanks. Bye.